As one, but first.
Now there's a melody you'll recognize, opus number 1 in the inimitable Dorsey style. Then there'll be lots more of your favorite tunes, old and new, on NBC Bandstand all this week. The Dorsey brothers will appear in person, and you'll also enjoy some of the sweetest music this side of heaven by Guy Lombardo and the Royal Canadian. Wayne King and Freddie Martin come along, too, together with bright personalities like Bert Parks and Johnny Mercer. It's wonderful live music weekday mornings with NBC Bandstand.
Now stay tuned for X-1 on NBC.
Countdown for blast off. X-5, 4, 3, 2, X-1, fire.
From the far horizons of the unknown come transcribed tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in a million, could be years, on 1,000 maybe worlds. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine, presents
X minus 1.
Tonight, The Last Martian by Frederick Brown.
It was like any evening, but duller than most. I was back in the city room. I'd just covered a boring banquet, and the food had been so bad that I felt cheated, even though it cost me nothing. Now, just for laughs, and my job, I was writing a long, glowing account of it.
City desk, Corrigan. Yeah? You what? Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, Bonnie. Yeah. Bill.
Yeah?
You finished typing that banquet story yet? Finish it, huh? 30.
Okay.
You know Barney Welch, don't you?
Barney's bar? Of course I know him.
I know you know him. It's just a rhetorical question.
What about him?
He just phoned.
So?
He's got a guy down there.
Who?
Claims to be from Mars.
What, is he drunk or raving or both?
Barney doesn't know, but he said there might be a gag story if you want to come over and talk to the guy.
Drinks on the expense account?
Here.
You got a deal. There wasn't a Trib reporter who didn't know Barney well enough to borrow money from him. I made for the bar like a St. Bernard makes for a fallen traveler and ordered a quick one with water on the side. Keep the bottle handy, Barney. Which one is the Martian?
You see the tall, dismal-looking guy sitting alone there in the booth?
Over there?
That's him.
What's his story?
Well, he says he just got in from Mars 2 hours ago, and he's trying to figure it out. He claims he's the last living Martian.
Mm-hmm. Does he know I'm a reporter?
But he'd talk to anybody who'll listen to him.
What's his name?
He says it's Yangan Dow.
I'll talk to him.
Now, listen, Bill.
Yeah.
Don't get him violent or anything, huh? I don't want no trouble in my place.
Oh, now don't worry, Barney. Look, dish up 2 beers for us, and I'll take him over with me. Barney drew 2 beers and cut off the heads. He rang up 60 cents, gave me my change, and I went over to the Martian. Mr. Dow?
Yes?
You mind if I sit down?
Help yourself. It's a free country.
I brought you beer. Barney, the bartender, told me something about your problem.
Oh? Thanks for the beer.
Drink up.
Well, I suppose you think I'm out of my mind, but... Well, maybe you'll be right. The bartender probably thinks I've flipped my lid. Listen, are you a doctor?
Nope.
Do you think I'm insane?
I'm not a doctor, and I haven't even heard your story yet. How can I tell?
Okay, I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything that happened. Then you tell me if you think I'm all right. 2 hours ago, I was on Mars.
2 hours? How did you get here?
I don't know. That's the horrible thing. All I know is that the others were dead.
All of them? How do you know?
I saw them. I saw their bodies in the street. It was awful.
Now, wait a minute. You mean you're the last one? The last Martian?
Yes.
Well, it's a little hard to believe.
Listen, I was there. I was in this room in the city of Scar. I don't know why I was there, but I was. I was locked in. Then I got hungry, and there was nobody to bring me food. So I worked a stone out of the floor and started digging. It took 3 days. When I got out and reached the street, everyone was dead, lying in the open.
What did you do?
I took a Targan, an energy plane, and flew it to Xandar. Xandar is the biggest city, the capital. Every place, it was the same. Hundreds of thousands of bodies lying in the fields, the streets, as if everyone had died at the exact same instant. At Xandar, in the stadium.
I'm listening.
In the stadium, there were 100,000 of them. As if they'd come there specially to die together. I landed my ship there.
In the stadium?
Yes.
I see.
Well, there, in the stadium, they had built some sort of platform. On it was a column made of copper. Copper is a rare metal on Mars. And there was a push button.
Where?
In the copper column.
Oh.
And there was a Martian in a blue robe, a priest, right under the button. It was as though he'd pushed the button and died. And everybody else had died with him.
Except you.
Yes. All except me.
And then?
And then I was on a Madison Avenue bus, riding to work, here in New York.
Oh, now wait a minute.
Listen, I know you don't believe me. I know it sounds as if I was stark raving mad, but
take it easy, huh? You know what I think?
What?
You've had some sort of terrible shock.
Well, of course I have. There were 3 million of us, all dead.
I don't mean that kind of shock.
Of course, it was a dying world anyway. We didn't have more than 2 generations left. It was the krill.
What was the krill?
The disease. It reduced us to 1/30th of our population in 2 centuries.
These 3 million, and they died of the krill?
No. The krill kills slowly. These people died like that, with a push of a button.
Why didn't they escape?
We tried to develop space travel, but we couldn't. We couldn't even reach Deimos or Phobos.
Where are they?
Our moons.
Oh, I don't know too much about this stuff.
It was horrible.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask you a question, Mr. Down?
Anything you like.
Well, if the Martians didn't develop space travel, how do you think you got here in New York City?
I don't know. It's driving me wild. I'm Yangan Dal, a Martian. And I'm here, in the body of an Earthman.
The body of an Earthman?
Of course. You don't think Martians look exactly like humans, do you? I'm 3 feet tall, weigh what would be 20 pounds here on Earth. I have 4 arms and 6 fingers on each hand.
Barney?
Yeah?
2 more beers, huh, with whiskey chasers?
Right.
Go on, Mr. Dahl. I don't mean to interrupt.
It frightens me.
Oh, I can understand that.
Your drinks. You want some help?
Thanks, Barney. Drink up, Mr. Dow.
Thank you.
By the way, who is this Earthman whose body you've got?
Its name is Howard Wilcox.
Howard Wilcox, huh? I'll just write that down. Address?
It's in the wallet. 45 Amber Court.
Mm-hmm. This Howard Wilcox, whose body you were in, does he have a family?
It is married to a female of this species, yes.
Well, have you been home?
No.
Then how do you know?
I have all of its memories. I can do everything it could do. I know everything it knows.
Oh, I see.
I even have its tastes.
Beer, for instance?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You have a job?
At the Humber Lamp Company, 34th Street.
Well, maybe you ought to call your wife.
No, It frightens me.
Why?
This body, it loves its wife. Let me buy us a round. There's money in these pockets.
Okay.
It's very good of you to listen to my story. Barkeep, another round, please.
Tell me, Mr. Dow, did you ever suspect before that you were a Martian?
Suspect? I am a Martian. Don't you understand?
Well, how did you get in here?
I told you this body was on its way to work on a Madison Avenue bus, and then I was inside it. It was thirsty, so it stopped for a drink. And I thought maybe the bartender could give me some advice. So I started talking. Don't you believe me?
Listen, Howard, you should be due home for dinner by now. Now, you're making your wife worry. Why not phone her?
I'm afraid.
What's there to worry about? Whether you're young and dull or Howard Wilcox is a woman sitting home worrying.
I suppose you're right.
Of course I'm right.
You're very understanding.
Oh, not at all.
You wouldn't want to come with me, would you? I'm sort of afraid.
Well, it would look funny.
I could tell her you're an old school friend. We could have dinner. And then maybe I could get to know her.
You really want me to come?
Would you?
Let me make a phone call first, okay?
Fine.
I rang up the Tribune and got Cargan at the city desk.
City desk, Cargan.
Hi, Bill Everett.
Did you find him?
Uh-huh.
Well,
There's something strange about this guy.
you think he's insane?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Is he or isn't he?
Well, he's got the whole story so perfectly organized, he might even convince somebody it's true. He remembers every detail.
What do you figure you're going to do?
Well, I'm going home with him. I'm going to meet his wife and observe them.
How many drinks have you had?
Oh, I'm sober. Don't worry.
Me worry. Look, maybe you better come back here and I'll let Vincent handle this story.
No, that isn't necessary. Just let me tag along a while.
Okay. But if you want help, yell and I'll send Vincent.
I will. Don't worry.
What's this guy's name?
Howard Wilcox.
Address.
45 Amber Court.
Okay. Oh, and Bill,
Yes?
just remember one thing.
What's that?
You could be playing with dynamite. Watch your step.
Number 45 Amber Court was an apartment down in the village. We were met at the door by a pretty woman in dungarees with her black hair and a ponytail with a red ribbon. Let me handle it, okay?
I wish you would.
Howard, I was so worried.
This is Bill Everett.
I'm an old boyhood chum of your husband, Mrs. Wilcox. We met, and I asked Howard to have a few drinks, and I'm afraid it's all my fault.
Bill is having dinner with us.
If it isn't too much trouble.
Well, no, of course not.
Well, that's very generous of you.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I'd better start dinner. Howard,
Yes?
are you all right?
Why, yes. Fine.
You didn't kiss me.
Oh, well.
That's better. That's the first time in 11 years Howard hasn't kissed me when he came home.
Well, we stopped and had a few drinks. It was all my fault, really.
Look, just make yourself comfortable. I won't be long.
Do you think she suspects?
Of course not.
I'll have to tell her.
You want to wind up in an institution?
No, but I can't keep up this pretense.
Just set your mind to it. Now, after a while, it'll become natural. You'll forget that you ever were a Martian.
You do believe me, then, about being a Martian?
Of course.
Oh, that's good to know.
Now, look, whatever you do, don't tell your wife. It would ruin her life.
I'll try not to tell her.
Try very hard. Now, don't tell anybody.
You and the bartender know, of course.
We'll keep it quiet. Don't worry.
Good.
You think you can carry it off?
I'll try.
Good boy. Now, tell you what. If you get into any kind of trouble, I mean, if you just have to talk to somebody about it, give me a call. Here, at this number. Now, if I'm not in, you leave a message with my boss. His name is Cargan.
Cargan.
You promise?
I promise.
Fine.
You're very kind. This body... I've never met anybody so kind here on Earth.
Forget it.
Well, what have you two been discussing so secretly?
Just business.
Oh, I'm sorry about being late, dear.
Well, you might have phoned. After all, you were only a few blocks from the house. It isn't as if you were on Mars or someplace.
Dinner went pretty well. And Elaine Wilcox turned out to be an expert at shish kebab, which is one of my favorites. After dinner, I still had a couple of hours to put in at the paper, so I went back. Cargan came over to me right away.
Well?
Well?
Is he or isn't he?
He's a Martian, all right. No question about that.
You're very funny.
I have my moments.
Would you mind telling me exactly where you've been for 3 hours? And what you've been doing?
I talked to Yangan Dao. That's his Martian name. Then we had dinner at his home. Very nice. Shish kebab.
What about the story?
Oh, yeah, the story. Well, it seems that he was locked in a room in the city of Scar. And he got out and saw all the dead bodies of the entire Martian population. Then he flew to the Capitol and saw a button that a priest had pressed, and the next thing he knew, he was inside an Earthman named Howard Wilcox riding a Madison Avenue bus. Want me to write it up?
Is that all you've got to tell me?
That's all. Listen, this guy's going to be perfectly all right as soon as he gets used to the idea that he's Howard Wilcox.
He is, I suppose you're a qualified psychiatrist?
Well, I'm qualified to judge this.
I'd better send Vincent over there.
There's no need for that.
I have a distinct feeling you've let your emotions get into the act.
Well, what's wrong with emotions?
They don't belong in this business.
Look, Cargan, this is a decent enough guy. He's a little bewildered, maybe. Now, why not let him live out his life in peace?
He may be dangerous.
Don't you trust my judgment?
We can't afford to pass up anything important.
Oh, you're exaggerating.
Maybe. Vincent.
Yes, Mr. Cargan.
I want you to do a follow-up on the story that Bill here started. A man named Howard Wilcox who thinks he's a Martian.
Oh?
Bill has the address.
Now, if anything happens to this guy, there are liable to be questions and accusations.
Vincent can handle that end of it.
You want the full treatment on this story, Mr. Cargan?
If you think the man is a menace, give him the full treatment.
Okay, Mr. Cargan.
I gave Vincent the address, feeling like a murderer, and then I beat it to the nearest phone booth and called Howard Wilcox's home. His wife, Elaine, answered.
Yes?
Well, Mrs. Wilcox, this is Bill Everett again.
Oh, did you forget something?
No, I have something to tell you, and it may sound a little weird, but bear with me.
Oh, what is it?
A man from my newspaper is coming over. His name is Vincent. Now, he's a big, ugly man with a scar on his lip.
He's coming over here?
He's on his way now.
Well, what for?
Well, that's the part you aren't going to believe, Mrs. Wilcox.
Well, try me and see.
He's going to murder your husband.
I'm afraid I didn't hear you.
I said he's coming over to murder your husband.
You and Howard did do quite a bit of drinking.
I'm trying to do you a favor. Now, listen to me.
I'm listening.
Send him away. Tell him Howard had to leave town. Do you hear me?
I hear you, but really...
Please, Mrs. Wilcox, if your husband means anything to you.
Well, of course he does, but why not call the police?
They'll laugh at you. I'm coming right over. I'll explain when I get there. And remember, your husband's life depends on this. I didn't know whether I'd convinced her or not. It all sounded so terribly melodramatic. Anyway, I hopped into a cab and told him to use a heavy foot on the gas pedal, and about 15 minutes later, I arrived at 45 Amber Court.
Oh, it's you.
Was Vincent here?
There was a man here from the Tribune, yes.
Did you do as I told you?
Well, I got Howard out of the house. I sent him out for some mozzarella cheese and gave him a couple of places that don't carry it.
What'd Vincent say?
I told him Howard wouldn't be back in town till tomorrow. He said he'd be back.
Did he say what he wanted?
Just that he had some good news for my husband.
Some good news. May I come in?
I wish you would. I want to know what this is all about. Sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would you mind explaining?
You won't believe me.
You keep saying that.
Okay, Mrs. Wilcox. Your husband, Howard, is a Martian.
A Martian?
That's right.
I see. And when did you discover this about my husband?
This morning.
Would you mind telling me just when he arrived? From Mars, that is.
This morning.
You don't say.
Told you wouldn't believe me.
Oh, I haven't said that yet. You're sure Howard is a Martian?
Yep. He claims to be the last Martian. Look, see if I can make it clear. There was a plague sweeping Mars. Now, they devised a means of transporting their intellects through space to Earth. Their dead bodies remained behind. Now, Howard, your husband, was confined in an institution, so he didn't get to go with the other Martian souls. He dug his way out and went to the capital city where the energy machine was located.
Mm-hmm.
I guess there was enough left to send his intelligence down here, where it landed in the body of one Howard Wilcox.
How did you find this out?
He told me.
Mr. Everett, if you don't mind, I'm rather tired. First you tell me someone's going to murder Howard, then you tell me he's the man from Mars. Now, I'd like to get some rest, if you don't mind.
I'm trying to convince you your husband is in danger.
If Howard is a Martian, just why does your Mr. Vincent want to kill him?
Because Mr. Vincent is a Martian, too.
Uh-huh. I suppose the editor of the Tribune is also a Martian?
No, not the editor, just the editor of the city desk.
And you, Mr. Everett, are you a Martian, too?
Matter of fact, yes.
Good night.
Just won't see it, will you?
Good night, Mr. Everett.
Okay, I tried my best.
Martians, indeed. Oh, Howard, thank heavens.
I couldn't get the mozzarella.
It doesn't matter. Tell me, Howard, are you a Martian?
What? Why, yes. How did you know?
Oh, woman's intuition. It's terribly late, dear. Let's turn in.
No, not yet. I want to know how you knew I was a Martian.
Howard, please, I've had just about enough of this nonsense today.
It isn't nonsense to me. Only this morning I was Yang Gandal, a Martian. Now I'm in the body of your husband.
Is this a joke you and your friend Mr. Everett invented to torture me? Because if it is...
It isn't a joke. It's the truth.
Howard, I just can't stand much more of this. I'm beginning to wonder if it's me. Who could that be at this hour?
I'll answer it. Yes?
You are Mr. Howard Wilcox?
Yes?
My name's Vincent. I'm a reporter from the Trib.
Yes?
May I come in?
Yes.
Who is... Oh, Mr. Vincent.
I see your husband has unexpectedly returned from out of town, Mrs. Wilcox.
Now, look here.
Would you mind telling me why you lied to me?
Yes, I would.
Does it have anything to do with the fact that you know your husband's secret?
What secret?
That he is young and dull. A Martian.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do.
Why is there such concern? I am Yang Gandal. I am a Martian. The last Martian, as far as I know.
That is where you're wrong, Mr. Wilcox.
Wrong?
You see, there are many of us.
Many? Like me?
Hundreds of thousands. We were teleported to Earth during the Great Migration and found ourselves, like you, inside human beings.
But then I'm not alone. You do understand my position.
Perfectly.
I can establish contact. We can remember our old home.
Unfortunately, no.
I don't understand.
Sadly enough, young and dull, you were considered mentally ill on Mars. Ill enough so that you were institutionalized.
But
here on Earth, a person like you represents a distinct threat to us.
How do I threaten you?
You're unstable. You may give us away. That would spoil it.
Spoil what?
Our plan.
Plan?
You have not heard of the plan?
I heard of no plan. I was in an institution.
Yes. You are certain now?
Of course. What plan?
If you knew, I would have been forced to destroy you. You've just saved your own life, young and dull, and that of Howard Wilcox as well.
What are you going to do?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Aren't you afraid that I'll do something?
Such as?
Tell people my husband is a Martian.
Really, Mrs. Wilcox, you know better. You'd be laughed at or sent to the nearest psychiatric clinic. No, we aren't at all concerned with the fact that people will betray our presence here on Earth. I'm sure you can appreciate the reaction if you would have phoned the police and tell them that the Trib reporters are all Martians.
Well, not all. Just the city editor and yourself and Mr. Everett.
How did you know that?
Perhaps I'm one myself, Mr. Vincent.
It isn't possible.
Why not?
Are you... Tell me where you were born. What city?
I was born in Undunell near the dead canal of Krilla.
Your name?
Zanat Cree.
You are party to the plan?
The plan to take over the Earth? Of course.
Your husband, young and dull. Why did you not inform him?
For the same reason you did not. He is unstable. But there is no need to worry. I will care for him.
Amazing.
Now, would you mind leaving us alone? We have many things to discuss.
Of course. Amazing. Positively amazing.
I was standing in Barney's bar having a double scotch on the rocks when Vincent came in looking like a man who spent the last 3 hours in a KitchenAid mixer with the dial on Fluffy. He came over and ordered without so much as a look at me.
Here it is, Mr. Vincent.
Thanks.
You okay?
Sure.
By the way, did you fellas take care of that crackpot who was in here this afternoon, the one who thought he was a Martian?
Yeah, sure.
Just a drunk, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Wouldn't you say so, Bill?
Oh, definitely.
Well, here's to you, Barney. Sometimes you can't tell the Martians from the Earthmen. You know?
It's getting to be that way, Mr. Vincent. Right, Bill?
That's right, Barney. Integration. That's what it is. I gave Barney a sly wink and lifted my glass along with Vincent. Of course, Barney understood. You see, he's one of us, too.
You have just heard X-1, presented by the National Broadcasting Company in cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine, which this month features Alan Cogan's story, Nothing But the Best, which tells about a strange mix-up in time and place. Galaxy Magazine, on your newsstand today. Tonight, by transcription, X-1 has brought you The Last Martian, a story from the pages of Galaxy written by Frederick Brown and adapted for radio by George Lefferts. Featured in the cast were Mandel Kramer, Elliot Reed, Santos Ortega, Ralph Bell, John McGovern, and Patricia Wheel. Your announcer, Fred Collins. X-1 was directed by Daniel Sutter and is an NBC Radio Network production.
Go to the conventions with NBC Radio beginning Monday, August 13th.
Hey there, happy Friday, everyone. I'm here. I'm weird. Get used to it. Oh, yeah. Sweet and hot. It's got to be sweet. It's got to be hot. So how are we today out there in YouTube land? Anybody? Anybody? Nope. All right. I've got my programs uploaded for this coming week. I just need to put together an October opening program guide, that kind of stuff. We're going to spruce things up a little bit. We're going to do some sprucing, and I don't mean wood, not the spruce goose. Remember back when California was so proud of Howard Hughes playing the spruce goose? So proud, in fact, that it created this giant building to house that thing in. Remember that? The big giant white bubble building out in Long Beach by the Queen Mary. And it wasn't there long. It really wasn't. And then it was sold off to what? Washington State, I think, and moved and ferried all the way up the coast. I wonder what that was like, you know, moving the spruce goose. Let's go ahead and type in moving the spruce goose and see what we get. What a wackadoo world this is. Yeah, I remember before the days of being able to just type in anything and it would just pop up in your face. Even the early days of the internet wasn't like that. There wasn't enough information uploaded yet. So it was like, you'd type something in and you'd get like one hit. You know, and you're like, oh wow, that's real boring. This guy's a jerk. I don't want to watch his shit. Let's see. Moving the spruce goose. See if there's any videos of that. Oregon, not Washington. Oregon. There's the flight of the spruce goose with that kook Howard Hughes. Eight motors. Well, a remote control spruce goose. Woo. I mean, that's a big fucking plane. Literally. A giant among airplanes. And it's not a jet aircraft. It's got 4 big prop engines on each wing. It's freaking giant. They couldn't build it out of aluminum because of the shortage. They couldn't build it out of a lot of stuff because of the war shortages. So he builds it out of spruce and then coats it in a thin layer of metal, right? That's crazy. I mean, it must smell like a friggin' lumberyard inside that thing. crazy. Abso-friggin-lutely nuts, people. I better keep putting some of this cereal bar in me. You gotta do it. Uh-huh. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh. Helicopter lineman working on power. Oh, that's just fucking nuts. Mm-hmm. Electricity? No, I do not think so. I do not believe I will be having anything to do with large amounts of electricity, you know.
Oh, the hell with that. That's crazy shit.
Oi, mate. Totally. Mm-hmm. 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 I got t-shirt stuff here. I got t-shirt stuff. So I sent off another email last night to these shirt people. We picked out 2 shirts and 1 color per shirt for this first run, just to make it easy. Later, we'll get into a 2-color shirt scenario. I'm hoping that I can get people to want every single shirt. Oh my God, I want another shirt. Right? I mean, yeah. I mean, this is not a business. This is just a matter of trying to raise enough money for this reunion. So, yeah, I gotta get that rolling here. Mm-hmm. I need to do, I need a black ink. Oh man, I hate it when that happens. Scrub a perfectly good post-it because you can't write. WPG 9:30. Date. Mm-hmm. There you go. There you have it. There it is. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Big dog. Hey, big dog. What's going on? You can't go outside yet. There's a cat eating a rabbit on our porch, so you have to wait. Yes. I'm like, what the hell was that noise? Big thump. So I go to see a dog, see if a dog is like jumped off a bed or fallen off a bed. And then I hear another thump. So I open up my daughter's room and I'm like, she's still awake, of course, 5 in the morning. I said, so was that you making that noise? She says, no, I thought it was outside. So I flip on the porch light, backyard light, and I open the door and boom, something takes off. from the porch. It's just a gray blur. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I look down at the porch, and there is a half chewed up dead rabbit on the porch in the backyard. So I'm like, what the hell? I look out in front of me, and peeking around the corner is a big gray striped cat, one of the local tenants' cats. And I'm like, well, good for you. Oh shit, my dog. So I run in the house and I close the doggy door so they can't run outside and chase this cat and then have a feast. So I close the door and I say, leave the dogs in. My wife wakes up. I'm like, what? And I said, there's a cat eating a rabbit on our porch. Don't let the dogs out. So I go on and I let Natalie know as well that there's a cat eating a rabbit on our porch. And don't let the dogs out. So then, a couple of minutes later, I open the door, and the cat's down at the bottom of the stairs, looking back up at me like, "Man, quit chasing me off the porch." So he's a fast cat too, a big giant tomcat, and he's like, he doesn't run away. He just looks up at me. He just gets far enough away that I can't get him. He's a people cat, so. He's just like, what do I do? So I said, you know what? Finish up and take it with you. Take it. You want a to-go bag? You want a kitty bag? Yeah, doggy bag. Shut up. So I'm going to give it some time. And then after a while, I'll just take it and move it off the porch and outside the yard where the cat can still get to it. You know. But our dogs can't. Mm-hmm. 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 So I've got 2 tiny itty-bitty little chapters left in my book, The Boys. Great. It's great. It's a great read. I'm kind of sad that it's going to be over. So I need to get out and get the next read, which is going to be Being Henry, about Henry Winkler, of course. And who knows, maybe reading that will prompt me to another read. I'd kind of like to go way, way back. I'd kind of like to go way, way, way back. And read some more biographies, autobiographies from people 100 years ago or more. I kind of know enough about what's going on here in the present and in my past, but I'd like to do a little more investigation. I've got over 700 videos on my channel now. Wow. A lot of live stuff, but a lot of programmed radio shows and educational films and whatnot. So enjoy. It's fun stuff. I'm going to be going to Vegas in a couple of weeks. And I'm probably going to be out there watching YouTube and watching my stuff. Mainly because it's commercial TV on the hotel television. And there's a lot of stuff that I've put on my channel that I just haven't had a chance to watch. Yeah. Halloween. Boy. Oh, Lord. L-O-R-T, Lord. Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright, I'm going to be going after shirt money. And I've got this situated with the shirt people so that I can come in and get some samples done, paid for by people ordering shirts, have them, those people, get their shirts and send me photos of them wearing their shirts, right? And then put together a commercial and start getting these shirts out there, you know. And hopefully people will be into doing it old school. Or I'm going to have to figure something out. I don't want to do this envelope stuff. Why don't you do PayPal? Can't you do PayPal or Venmo? Yeah, if you want to pay all the taxes. There could be as much as $10,000 in shirt money going through here. And I don't want it in my account. It ain't my money. I ain't going to benefit off of it at all, except for the party. So I don't want to take financial responsibility for that amount of money. Basically, it's going to come here, it's going to pay for shirts, and it's going to go into limbo. And it's just going to sit there in limbo until it's time to start paying for party shit, and that's it. I'm not going to bank account it. I'm not going to put it into stocks or bonds or gold coins or anything, you know. It'll just go into my safe. And it'll sit there until it's time to distribute. That's it. That's all. At some point, I'll dig up the money box and start stacking money in it. And then put that in the safe. You know what? What I'll probably do is I'll grab a cigar box. I've got a cigar box here. I'll probably take the cigar box and I'll use it at first because it reminds me of Paper Moon. Right? Just keeping our money in the cigar box. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put my stuff in a cigar box at first. And then when it gets to be too much for the cigar box, it'll probably go into a crap. I don't know. I'd like it to be able to fit in something that fit inside my safe. I feel like I'm going to be going to the bank a lot and getting money reduced down to fewer and fewer bills, right? Oh, let's see, there's no more cereal bar. We have plenty of coffee and dubich. 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 Yes. Yes. Totally. Crusty. I'm feeling crusty. 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 I'm feeling a mighty big crusty. Might as well turn off this OneDrive here, because we don't need it open. Open, 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 open. Oh my God! No way! Yes way. Yes friggin' way. Alright, I'm spinning my wheels here. My gears are stripped. I'm just like, bleh. I'm trying not to think about anything important. It hurts. Everything hurts. Body hurts, mind hurts, emotions hurt. Oh man, todo me duele. Todo mi cuerpo. Me duelen. Siempre. Todos los días. Mi cuerpo me duele. Muy mucho. Tango mucho dueles.
Oh. What the hell's he talking about? That ain't how you say it.
That's right. Tonight's set list, that's the important thing to put here on this post-it. Set list for tonight. Now. Am I gone? Oh my God. You know what? I thought I had a set list from last week that I didn't use. Show files. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's used for sure. For certain. So, I guess I am going to have to create a set list for this evening. Oh, Lord. All these damn notepads. So much confusion. Alright, there we go. So, I gotta pick an hour and a half worth of music. So I've gotta pick 24 songs. 24 songs. No problem. It's just a matter of opening up the file and picking out all the music. The video time machine I'm going to use last week's that I didn't use. And then I'm going to put together a Halloween version. Four Halloween versions, or October-oriented versions of the video time machine. Totally. Ow. Seriously. Put that voodoo doll down, man. Quit poking me. I have got some nasty jabs right now poking into me. One over here on this side. Kidney. One over on this side. Was that lung? Every once in a while I get a jab in the liver. My colon's the size of an RV. Boy. It's when I stop doing stuff that I have to worry. when my mind is on idle, then,
and we got trouble. Right here in River City. With a capital T and it rhymes with P and it stands for pool. It stands for pool. Yes, sir, we got trouble. Trouble.
How to keep our children moral after school, I don't know. Make them watch Mr. Rogers. It worked for me. I mean, literally, the TV was my guide, my mentor, my babysitter, my companion, my confidant.
I could tell the TV anything.
I guess it's all in how you want to feel about stuff, right? Because some people will watch TV and just get the worst of the worst out of it, and other people will watch TV and get the best of the best out of it, and everybody in between. You know, and I, growing up, I watched TV and I was like, I had enough not good at home, so I was looking for good. I was looking for Brady Bunch. I was looking for, you know, Sesame Street, PBS, Mr. Rogers, Goody Goody, anything that was completely foreign to the way I was living. That's what I wanted to explore. So my shows were that, you know. Of course, everybody else just kind of gets, you know, into watching shows that are kind of more about who they are, right? And I was escaping who I was to try to find something different. So I was looking at TV, you know, as an escape, as a getaway. You know, I wanted to be that kid in that family on that show over there, you know.
I don't want to be here no more.
Seriously. Well, good luck to that cat out there eating that rabbit. There's a new edict out here in mobile home trailer park land that you're not allowed to feed stray cats, feed or harbor any stray cats, because they want to cut down on the stray cat population. I can understand, you know, I can understand that. It would be nice if we could just round a few up and get them spayed and neutered and then just let them live here. The rat population increases, right, when there's no cats around. So this cat out here chewing on a rabbit, normally they'd be chewing on a, you know, whatever they can find. There's a lot of rats. The dumpsters over there underneath mobile homes is like breeding grounds for rats, so they're everywhere. So to have stray cats running around is not a bad thing, right? I would think that we would be encouraged to take care of them and to try to home them as much as possible rather than shun them and, you know, try to get rid of them. And, you know, as far as the people letting their own cats out, what's the deal? That should be okay. Cats are cats. You got to let cats run around. You know, they're not like dogs. Dogs you keep on a leash, behind a fence, you know, home in a yard. They don't run around. They just get into trouble and get killed. But cats, it's kind of their bag, you know. Roaming. They're roamers. Let me heat up this coffee. Coffee.
got that song River City going through my head. Jeez Louise, why do I do that? I don't know why. So I'm reading the third to the last chapter here of this book, and I mean, the boys are growing up, you know. They both have gotten their money that they've earned as child actors, Clint Howard and Ron Howard. Ron more, of course, than Clint, because Ron was around longer and had a lot more money built up. Spent more time on Andy Griffith and whatnot. So it's really neat to hear the behind-the-scenes stuff about some of my favorite actors and movies. The fact that Ron Howard worked with Roger Corman once as a director, twice as an actor, and that was it. He moved on. He just moved, you know. He moved on. There was a, I think it was a made-for-TV or something, or maybe it wasn't. There was a, what was it called? It was a movie with, Rourke, something. That guy was just talking about that guy. The guy who did all the plastic surgery, boxer guy. I'll have to look through IMDb and try to search out a couple of those Ron Howard movies in the 70s. I need to find Cotton Candy, which is the one that he directed directly after Grand Theft Auto. He did Grand Theft Auto, was not happy with everything that he had to compromise to do that, and did a little made-for-TV movie on NBC, Cotton Candy, with Candy Clark from American Graffiti, Charles Martin Smith, Clint Howard, a couple other people in it. And it was just a little story that he had written and gotten produced and was able to direct. And then I think did one more acting job, and that was it. Just trying to get off of Happy Days now. That's his thing now, is just trying to get off of Happy Days. And, you know, it's no big skin off of their teeth, really, at this point, because they got the fines. You know, they got the fines. What else do they need? They can bring in, you know, some other guy to fill his shoes, or they can just have him, you know, just evaporate and have that character just kind of go the way of the dodo, you know, which is pretty much what happened. You know, I don't know how many episodes I watched with Lori Beth pregnant on the phone with you know, an imaginary Richie. And Richie, he never even came back for his own wedding, right? The Fonz married Lori Beth over the phone to Richie. I mean, it was like ridiculous. It was, you know, how do we do this and keep him still breathing in the series? And they should have killed him off, or they should have done, you know, they should have done something better than to send him off to, you know, be a journalist in a war and then just never come back, right? I mean, even soldiers get to leave and get to go home, right? And he just disappears from the show. So Fonzie takes over, deservedly so, you know, and the show just keeps going more and more and more toward Fonzie until Fonzie owns Al's place, and the show's all about him and his impending marriage and all these other things. And I think they just went the wrong way with it, you know. Fonzie should have stayed the Fonz
Everybody else should have gone, and the Fonz should have stayed the Fonz in the garage doing, like Paul LeMatt's character in American Graffiti, unchanging. Everybody else changes, and he's unchanging. He refuses to change. And instead, what does the Fonz do? He compromises his character. You know, just about every episode, you know, they take the A out of him. And they, you know, oh. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. What are you going to do, though? What are you going to do? I tell you what I can do. I can sit here and do nothing, or I can get something done. So what I'll probably do is Halloween shirt. So I'll type up the request for shirt money and do a set list. I can do that. Set list is pretty easy. Just pick songs, write them down. Pick them in order so you can click on them and play them in order. That's the way you gotta do that. Nighttime nonsense and nostalgia. Music. 12th Street Rag, first song. 18th Street Strut. Yeah. So basically, I'll just look through the list, and as soon as I see a song that's like, well, I don't feel like I've played that one in forever, then I will, ain't ya? Then I will add that to the list. And let's see, I've got 408 songs here in my list so far. The next time I add music, it'll probably be upwards of 500. Which is pretty cool. Do I want to do a theme? Theme shows are okay, because I can just grab songs with a similar theme or title, which makes it real easy. You know, I just buzz through and go, okay, there we go. There's moon, 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 something about moon, this is about moon, moon, the moon, moon. How about moons and heavens? How about stars and heavens? Okay, so let's do the sky. The sun, the moon, the stars, right? Old man sunshine, the sunny side of life, the sunny side of the street, right? So I could do something like that. Arranging them is kind of difficult so that you're not bumping a bunch of, you know, sunny, 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 sunny up against each other. But I don't know. Sunny side up. Sunshine, stormy weather, right? Blue skies. So, yeah. It's just a matter of what direction do I want to go. Night on the water, right? So night, day, moon, sun, stars, clouds, weather, stormy, rain, that kind of stuff. Sunny, cloudy. The theme could be the heavens above, right? I don't know. All by yourself in the moonlight. Another night. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Blue is the night. Blue moon. Blue skies. breezing along with the breeze. Right? Well, that's not too bad. Do we have enough to fill in all the slots? 24 slots. Uh-huh. Daydreams. Don't say good night. Good night.
That's a
Uh-huh. Down where the sun goes down. Earthquake. I think it's better than that other one. Earthquake. Heaven and earth. Okay, so if I do heaven and earth, then I can do stuff like, Moon River or something, right? Well, it's got both in there, shoot. So, if the theme is heaven and earth, well, that kind of changes things up a little bit, gives me a little more latitude. Hey, good morning, Joey. What's up, dude? How are ya? I got a cat eating a rabbit on my porch out back. Yay. And I'm just sitting here looking through my list of 400 songs, trying to pick out some music for this evening. How's it going with you? Did you work last night? Oi.
hallelujah.
Well, yeah, I guess that might work. If I do Heaven and Earth, I should be able to pick out enough songs to pull that off. I would think. Oh, you're off. Right on. Groovy, dude. Fantastic. Yeah, I went and looked at shirt stuff yesterday. Picked out colors for shirts. Decided to just go with one color on each shirt for now, to make it easier to get these first shirts rolling and get some money coming in. Once I get the other shirts rolling, then I'll do multicolored shirts, like a blue and a white, with white ink or red ink or something. We'll nail it down so that we're bringing more shirts and colors and stuff. But I've got it figured out for the first two shirts, so I'm pretty happy about that. So I'm gonna put up a letter that I can copy and paste and personalize, and be sending that out to some friends and family, requesting donations. In return, I'm going to send out T-shirts for these donations. So I'm looking for $50 donations. You get 2 shirts, which is a hell of a deal. $25 shirts, right? And then if you do donate the $50, I'll send you your 2 shirts. After there's more shirts coming on, you'll have a choice of any of the other shirts, and I'll send you another shirt for free, just for being an early bird sponsor. So I'm going to do that. And I'm probably going to do this first run of sample shirts through Venmo so that I can get the money here and get it over to the shirt people and get them started. It's going to cost me $1,000 about for each run of 100 shirts. And they're all going to be different colors and different sizes. I'll probably wind up paying a whole bunch extra later down the road to use up all of the rest of the extra shirts that haven't been sold, that we haven't printed. It's like, all right, let's print up all the rest of these smalls and mediums and double X's or whatever. So I'm really hoping that I can get this going and get some serious money coming in. Because once I have an actual budget beyond what I've already figured out we need money for, then I can start working with the people in town locally to get things rolling. Have somebody find us a good vacation rental. If the money's good enough coming in, we're going for a vacation rental. Thousands of dollars a night, 6 to 8 rooms, 5 bathrooms, 2 kitchens, a big giant garage, a porch to put the band on, and a giant beach for everybody to camp on. So I'm kind of hoping we can do that. The music alone is going to cost us into the thousands of dollars. The rental of the house is going to cost us thousands and thousands of dollars. So it's going to be all about shirts. Shirts. I don't want to say gimme, 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 gimme without giving something in return. And I figure giving somebody a shirt for $25 is a hell of a deal, right? You go to the store, $25 for a shirt, they're usually about 30 bucks over at Hot Topic to get a good graphic t-shirt, right? So we're going to do custom tees, and we're going to do them for basic prices. Because once I pay for the shirts, I'm going to have, 60% of that money coming in for 100 shirts is going to be going into savings for the party. So that's going to be some bucks, I'm hoping that when it all comes down to it, I can hit my mark for the reunion, get a buffer so that we've got extra fundage, and then I might do a run of shirts or two just to help me get my van rolling, right? After we get the reunion shit taken care of when it's done, I may sell some shirts, design and sell shirts, just to help me, get my van working. Basically, I just have to get the mobile mechanic over here, have him investigate it, have him put a parts list together. We get the parts for the best price and the best deal we can, and then when everything's here, he comes over and he just rips it apart and goes into it. And that's basically what needs to happen. So I don't want to think about any of that right now, because my main concern is this reunion. Even if I have to hitchhike down to the reunion in August, that's fine. My main concern is the reunion. I gotta heat this coffee up. It needs to be hot.
So, yeah. The cat and the rabbit are gone. No wedgie, no wedgie, no wedgie. So I had to sweep all of the rabbit fur off of the porch so the dogs don't come in all covered in rabbit fur. And then I had to check the backyard to make sure the cat was actually gone, and I didn't see that rabbit lying anywhere. Hopefully it just grabbed it and jumped over the fence right there at the porch, because it's only 2 feet. Right? Hopefully. Maybe it's on this porch now. So, yeah. So I opened up the door and let Sam out. He would be a little skeptical if he saw a dead rabbit. Oliver would just dive into it and start eating. Tootsie might actually try to bring it in and show it to us. And then Bessie, she would probably devour it in a couple of bites. Crunch, 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 it's gone. Bessie and Tootsie are like raised in the wild, so they would be the first to just probably dive in and start eating. Of course, when Tootsie got here, she killed 3 squirrels in 3 weeks. Didn't eat them, just killed them, and then just kind of sat there and looked at us like, hey, look what I did. So I stopped feeding the dogs in the backyard, and I stopped feeding birds in the backyard, and stopped giving the animals a reason to come around. I don't know why that cat comes around. He must be used to dogs. That's what it is. It's that big. There's 2 big cats that are kind of used to dogs, and they come around. And this big, giant, gray, striped, white-collared tomcat. He comes around a lot. He ain't shy. But he ain't too bright if he's going to hang out in my yard. You know, walking around dog poop. I mean, it's obvious there's dogs there, cat. You know, she's figured out. I don't want to go into my yard and have to take my dogs off of a cat. Even though my dogs are small, and those cats are usually bigger than my little dogs. And I think Bessie's too slow to go after a cat. And she's used to cats, so I don't think she'd go after a cat. I think Bessie would be just like, hey, what are you doing here? Tootsie might be a little bit excited if she saw a cat. I don't know what she'd do. I know Sam would probably try to chase it away, and Oliver would just freak the fuck out because he's just a freak. Oh my God. Really. Yeah. It's just so pumped, you know. Maybe that's why I'm exhausted all the time. I keep pumping myself up. So let's see. I went to Home Depot and found the wood that I require to build this gate for my wife's friend. It's an interior gate to keep her dogs out of the rest of the house, basically. So I decided to use it out of fence boards, pre-stained, 5 foot tall, 4.5 inch wide fence boards. So it's going to be interior, so I'm going to take these fence boards and I'm going to sand them all off really good on the faces, and then see what it looks like. If it looks really good, rough, sanded so that you get kind of a rustic look where stain is missing in a bunch of spots. If she likes that, then we'll seal the boards like that, so that they don't, warp and get all weird. So we'll seal them up real good with some, oil or linseed oil would be good. Some kind of interior, exterior sealer stuff, and something that just penetrates the wood, kind of
seals it up. It's not something that lays on top and coats it, and then later the clearness kind of fades and yellows, and then it gets cracky and craggy and then chips off. I don't want a sealer like that. I don't want like a what do you call it? I don't want a varathane lacquered finish. I don't want anything real heavy. I just want something to penetrate the wood and seal it and keep the moisture out so that it doesn't warp and dry and crack and all that. That's it. And it might be to do all of the interior boards, coat them in linseed oil and let them, soak in, and then install all of the boards, the slats, inside of a frame, and build a frame so that I can just kind of slide everything in, and then if I do have shrinkage, then I can just kind of open up one end, push all the boards together, and add a little spacer. Right. Let me check on the dog. Well, I wish I could take you all with me, but I am going to run outside real quick with a flashlight and see if I can find any parts. Jeez, friggin' Dogtown. All right. Dogs in, dogs out. Dogs in, dogs out. Well. Boy. What the hell happened? Hi, Oliver. How are you? Didn't find no rabbit parts outside, huh? Well, good. I don't need to get you hooked on rabbit. Yeah. Rather get you hooked on phonics. My dog can read. No way. Oh my God. I am really gonna have to
get my head together for this evening. Doing one night show a week is kind of hard. It was easier to do the one show or 5 shows a week. That was easy because it was like I was always getting geared up, you know, every day. I was geared up, do this show, do content during the day, uploading stuff, and then get geared up for the night show, take a nap, do the night show, do other, you know, and it was like it was a good routine. It was a really good routine. It was tiring, exhausting. It ate up all my time, though. Now, I'm trying to free up time, so I've got time to do other stuff. But time away from this show makes it hard to do every week. I need to get into a routine like, okay, it's Friday, we're going to do the show. Today's all about the show, you know. So I need to have that kind of mentality. So being able to pick out songs here in the morning, come up with a kind of theme and a direction for the show, that's kind of cool. So I can make this show kind of about that show. Where's my Post-its? Yeah, I've got the usual set of stuff to do this evening. You know, the set list. Making sure that my show is here on this computer, ready to play. And then all the other little things that I've got to do. Halloween. I'm not going to change any of my music. I'm not going to change any of the commercials or news. I think I'm just going to use the same old stuff that I've been using. Try to enhance it with new stuff every once in a while. The video time machine, that's where I can play around and I can add Halloween stuff and Thanksgiving stuff and Christmas stuff. And, there's them dogs. Figure out what they want to do now. Oi, doggy doorman. 2 dogs up roaming around. 1 dog in bed and a big dog outside. I need more coffee. Oh, please. 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 Bruce McGill. D-Day on Animal House. He played Jack Dalton on MacGyver. He played the head of the time travel company on Time Cop with Van Damme, Jean-Claude Van Damme. So Bruce McGill, funny guy, great voice, great face, looks great with a mustache, right? Yeah, I'm going to have to look up some more movies with character actor co-star Bruce McGill. Hello, Samuel. How are you? Are you ready to go to bed? Or are you going to hang out with me? You want to talk about it? You don't know. Did you see a rabbit outside? Was there a cat and a rabbit? Was there a cat? You smelled a cat out there, huh? I know you did. So what do you think? He was a nice looking cat. He was friendly. He didn't run away. And he was polite. He took his food when he left. That was really cool of him. At least I hope so. I hope he didn't drop it in the cracks somewhere, and I'll have to go, what the hell's that? Right? So we'll take a better look during the day, just to be sure. You keep looking your chops like you were out there chewing on something. I bet you found some fur to chew on, huh? You big goober. I bet if I check your teeth, you'll have fur in your teeth. Goober. I tried to clean it up. I did. You don't need You don't need any of that stuff. All right, we'll go back to bed with Mom. Go on. Go to bed. Yeah. Yeah. Ow. That's my issue, is I haven't killed any fucking pain this morning. That's why I'm just suffering in agony here. Yeah. Shirts. Gotta get shirts, man. Shirts gotta get going. I'm a shirt guy. Shirts are my thing. You know, I'm sure a lot of other people out there like shirts to tell their story, you know. And the neat thing about these shirts is there's only going to be 100 made of each type of shirt, each design. So they're literally going to be limited edition shirts. And it'll even say so on the inside label. It'll say, you know, Elsinore Brothers and Sisters, limited edition. That's it. Each shirt on somewhere on the design, it will say Lake Elsinore, California. The shirts will be colorful, and each one will be different. Some of them will be retro, some will be vintage, some will be new creation designs with that throwback feel, you know. Oh, it's gonna be fucking awesome. To start seeing these shirts on people, that's gonna be cool, you know. I mean, what if the shirts are a hit, but nobody comes to the party, right? Then what? Me, myself, and I partying down 3 nights with, you know, a band every night. Pfft, okay. Screw it. I'll have my daughter invite all of her friends. You know, you never know. I imagine it's going to be crazy. There's going to be, you know, a couple of hundred people there from the event page, and then I feel like there's going to be a few hundred people that are just going to show up, right? They're just going to show up by the second night. It's just going to be crazy, you know. But yeah, the bigger it gets, you know, the more I got to think. If we do it at a private home, then we spend less on, we spend way more on, you know, the venue. But we don't have to spend anything on, you know, building a stage and bathrooms and barbecues and all of that shit. We just, you know, we've got bathrooms and a kitchen in the house. So I'm probably going to have somebody come and stay there for the 4 nights, 4 days, and be an on-site security, right? And just have somebody who's invited to the party as a guest / security operative, and they will have a couple of people working with them, and mainly to have somebody at the front gate. There should always be someone at the front gate, someone roaming through the place, and a couple of people resting, right? So you've always got people out moving around, and then somebody in charge. You got like 4 people and 1 guy in charge, and he keeps these, you know, rotating these 4 people, 2 in, 2 on, 2 off. And he kind of oversees everything,
and just make sure that nothing weird goes on, nobody unexpected shows up and gets in. Everybody follows the same procedure to get in. All right, well, here's how you get in. You need to go here. You need to get on the Facebook group. You need to accept the invitation and say, yes, I'm going. Go past the interested and go to, yes, I'm going. And then we will send you a response. Look, there it is. There's your instant response. Now you're invited. Now we have a record of who you are in this party. If anything happens, the record will be clear that these are the people who are here. They've all checked in the group. They've been checked on the list. They've been added to the list and checked. You know, they've been checked out physically coming in. They've been searched, wanded, or whatever. Basically to protect everyone there, right? We don't need some kook out of nowhere showing up and going weird. So security is a must. It's just the way it is nowadays. A photographer is a must. We might even consider a videographer, somebody to shoot video so that we get photographs and actual video, because along with an actual hard book, yearbook, a hard copy yearbook, there should be a video log of what's going on. There should be a little documentary on all of this, you know. And of course, we can use parts of the show and interviews and the commercial for the shirts and all of this. We can use as a part of that documentary building up, you know. And the closer we get, the more stuff we've got to fill this documentary. Hi. Boy. Well, I know you want to go under the towel, but you're on the towel. You can't go under the towel if you're on the towel. And you hate it when I get you off the towel to put you under the towel. So you'll just have to curl up right there. I've got a shirt. You can use my flannel. Hi. Hi. You can use my flannel. There you go, boy. There you go, boy. There you go. There you go. I know you like to move around. Okay. There you are. Now, if you turn, you're going to wad yourself up into a ball. Let's see, Big Dog. Still outside? Yes? All right, let me bring in Big Dog. Come on, Big Face. Moving. Yeah, that's Big Boy there. All right. Lort. L-O-R-T. Lort. Okay, people. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whew, I need to get motivated. I still haven't killed any pain yet. That's what's dragging me down. Let me move this dog over so I can help him adjust his bedding. Come here. Am I gone? Am I gone?
Pardon my microphone. Go to bed. Go to bed. You're okay. You're okay, buddy. Mírate. 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 See? See, I'm praying. There you go. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Like that? Okay. Okay, there you go. There you go. That's my boy. That's my boy. Alright, that's my good boy. Can get rid of this. Arr. Okay. Well, good morning. My goodness. Oh. So, I'm pretty excited about my next read. Is going to be Lakota Woman by Mary Crow Dog, and it is her story of Wounded Knee 2, 1973, and her involvement. So that's cool. And then after that, I hopefully will have picked up Being Henry, the Henry Winkler autobiography. That'll be fun. And then maybe, you know, it seems like this book, The Boys, with Ron Howard and Clint Howard, it seems like it's going to end with them becoming adults. So both of them are now adults. Clint is now 18 or 19. He's graduated high school. He's dropped out of Pepperdine and is just devoted his life to acting. Well, at first he had devoted like 10 years to smoking weed and drinking booze and doing cocaine. And then Clint decided to just chuck all of that and just devote himself to being a character actor. Of course, with the help of his brother, putting him in various roles. That didn't hurt, you know. And while Ron Howard only worked as a director for Roger Corman once and an actor twice, Clint Howard worked for Roger Corman like a dozen times, right? He even mentioned the fact that during his heavy drug usage in the 80s, he questioned whether or not he was the Antichrist. And then he was putting pieces together, like the films that he had been in and the things that had happened to him. And the fact that he played someone who was possessed by the devil in the movie Evil Speak, right? I was like, wow, he actually mentioned Evil Speak. And the fact that it was he mentioned it a couple of times. So it must have been something that really stuck with him. Being like, I think said he was 18 years old when he did the movie, and it was, weird, to say the least, right? So I'm wondering if maybe they're going to, in a few years, or maybe they're working on it now, come up with a continuation, because it's like, I feel like Ron Howard is going to lead us into his first really big directorial, which I'm going to say is The Night Shift with Henry Winkler, Shelley Long, Michael Keaton. To me, that's his big entrance into movies, right? The drive-in theater movie that he directed with Roger Corman, Grand Theft Auto. He couldn't even get away with it just being his movie. They had to add on. They came and they directed a couple of scenes to add into the movie. And of course, Ron had no choice. And at the same time, they needed to make it a more exciting drive-in movie. So they just added a bunch of funny stuff. They needed more funny. So they added a couple of funny characters and weaved them in throughout the story. That was it. But
it wasn't his movie. It was Roger Corman's movie, and he was, he wrote it with his father, and he directed it, and he starred in it, but it wasn't really his movie. It was a Roger Corman movie. So, for me, Night Shift is his first directorial debut, and it's a killer movie. It's a killer fucking movie, And then what? Splash, not too long after that. And I was thinking, gosh, why hasn't Ron Howard and Tom Hanks ever worked together? And I'm thinking, well, gosh, what the hell am I saying? Splash. I was going to say Friday the 13th, but Apollo 13, right? They worked together a few times. Yeah. Oh my God. Like, I'm so spaced out. Cuts it. Kill some fucking pain. Detach yourself from the pain, and maybe you'll be able to think. Because all I can think right now is, ow. And yes, I've switched from the bong to a pipe. It helps to shake things up a little bit when you smoke. Use different utensils and devices to kind of help keep you from getting burned out in one way or the other. Or what do they call it? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, man. No, I don't want to go get more medication. I don't have to, not for a few days. That's great. I'll wait till the weekend. Well, it is the weekend. It's Friday. Wow. Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. It must be a good strain. And I got big face. So yeah, I put this shelf up outside yesterday. I put a bunch of shelves up high, up along the top of the fence, so my wife could put up plants and get them up off the ground. And then I created this shelf, like it looks like this, right? It's just an arm out, an arm up, and put a wire on it, and made it strong so it wouldn't just go. And I filled it with all of my building materials and stuff. I got it all stacked up and got the yard all pretty, and I'm inside, and I'm just laying down to take a nap yesterday, and all of a sudden I hear crash. And I look to my wife as she's walking towards the window, and I say, it's my fucking material shelf, isn't it? She said, yeah. I said, was it the cable? She said, yeah. And I'm thinking, all right, so those cable things that I came and had looped and then put one of those clamps on it, that fucking clamp slipped. The wire just slipped right through that clamp. So it looks like I can go out there and empty it and shore it up and rebuild it, and then bring that wire down and loop it through a couple of times, that clamp, so that it can't pull out. And that's, I'm going to have to do that, which means I got to move all of that shit, put gloves on, and then rebuild that fucking thing up and make sure it's strong again. All of my brackets are probably all bent to shit. And then move on. But I hate having to redo shit. Redo shit. That's what it's all about, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, that's cold. Okay, I'm gonna heat up my coffee, which means I gotta move a dog, so I can move a dog in a chair. Okay, dog. Come on, dog. There you go. There you go, big face. There you go, big face. Big and what, you got food and water right here.
Boy. You know, for some reason, 20 years ago, and maybe even 30 years ago, I feel like I had a deja vu where I was doing this, right? Because I just had this overwhelming feeling of not deja vu, but a remembering of a deja vu where I had this, right? But it was beyond this. It was further down the road from where I am now. I know because I was like, it felt like I was doing my exit. Right? My goodbyes, that kind of a thing. It was weird. It was weird. It's a weird feeling to have that you've had a weird feeling before.
Geez, screw it.
I don't know. The more I try to understand stuff, the more confused I get sometimes. So there's a movie called Cotton Candy that Ron Howard directed right after Grand Theft Auto. And it's done for NBC. He wrote it, produced it, directed it, all that shit. Got all the people to star and all of his friends. So, let me see if I can find it here. Okay. There it is, 1978, Cotton Candy. Hour and a half. Clint Howard. Yeah, that's it. Alright, looks like it's the credits start a little. Looks like it starts a little late. Let's see if we can't find a. Yeah, oh, I remember watching this a few years back. And the neat part is that there's music in it, and Charles Martin Smith, who later goes on to be the bass player in the Buddy Holly story. He's a great singer, musician. It's a great movie. So let me see. I am going to take this movie and save it to. Let me see. I better turn off that sound so it doesn't keep popping in. Save to playlist, and I'm going to save it to Monday Movie Memories because that's where it will be played. There you go. It is added. Boom. All right. So go to the Monday Movie Memories playlist and check out Cotton Candy at some point. It's a righteous movie. Oh, and here's a complete broadcast with commercials and everything. So I'm going to upload that one too to my playlist. And you can have your choice. You can watch a shorter version with no commercials and missing the beginning. Or it looks like you can watch the whole thing with the movie intro and Fuzzy Memories movie. Fuzzy Memories TV. The music of classic Chicago television. Fuzzy Memories TV. Yeah, so I've borrowed a few things from these guys before, and I've got a few of their things on playlists.
just it's a great movie. It's about a, what do you call it? Battle of the Bands, I believe, and kind of a group of nerds that put together a kick-ass band. It's really cool. Great freaking movie. It's probably going to be something I watch pretty soon. I may wait and save it for Vegas. I'm waiting to have some dental procedures done and stuff, but I've got to make sure that my insurance paperwork is ready to go so that I don't lose like insurance halfway through the crap. So I've got an appointment coming up that I may postpone depending on where my paperwork is at in the process. And then kind of wait until I get the okay that, yeah, I'm good, till next year on my insurance. So once I get that, then I can get the other stuff rolling. Regardless, I'm still not up to going to this festival in Vegas. So I'm hoping to get someone, hint, hint, to go in my stead. I'll go to Vegas, but I'm not going to spend all day out in the elements. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, man. And it takes place over the weekend. Saturday and Sunday we'll be out of town. I'll be back Monday. I'll miss a morning Monday show. But I'll probably be sitting here doing Minecraft that night. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. It's pretty. You know what? The neat thing I love about YouTube is you can pretty much find anything from your past. And then if I can't find it here, chances are I can find it in a couple of my other little internet resources. But I mean, that's cool. Cotton candy. That's awesome sauce. And there was another movie that he did, a short film, student film, where he used Charles Martin Smith and his brother and Candy Clark and a few other people. So I'm going to have to try to dig that one up. I need to skim through that book and find out what those, or through somebody's IMDb and figure out what those movie titles are and find them. Because I love doing that. In fact, I'm just about ready to take a bunch of these movies that I've downloaded from the internet and burn them onto a DVD and send them to my brother. Because he'd get a kick out of that shit, Okay. Maybe I will get into some kind of creating some kind of little side business, coming up with vintage-like retro stuff. I'd like to work with somebody, hint, hint, flower. I'd like to work with somebody who could make greeting cards, and I could come up with the slogans, and then just send, here's, 30 slogans, pick a couple of dozen, a dozen or so, and make some greeting cards with those, and give me, 10 of each or something, and then just start a little web store, a little internet store with Elsinore Brothers Studio, stuff, but not so much about, the studio, but about the past, time travel devices, little things that, you know, like, yeah, you can buy mugs and stickers and hats and scarves and socks and stuff with logos on, but something different, you know, different stuff, aged, off the wall, you know, like I might do pet rocks, right? Yeah. Pet rocks might be cool. If I get nice, smooth stones, you know, smooth and round. If I could get round stones with a smooth surface, I could screen print on the smooth surface, right? Have one side that's flat, that's the bottom, and on that bottom you could screen print your logo, and then on the top you could have your little eyeballs, you know, pet rock, boom. Just very simple pet rock, you know. And then maybe not have it be so much about the pet rock. The pet rock should be very, very simple. Just a rock with eyeballs, right? But the accessories for the rock, a little rock house, you know, a little popsicle stick dog house, you know, for the rock to sit in, a little rock bed, you know, a little pet rock water bowl, you know, you could put a leash and a collar on it so it doesn't get away. A little fenced-in yard diorama thing. I mean, I don't know. You could get into, you know, like, here's your pet rock, and then in 1 year we're going to have a contest for who has the best decorated pet rock yard. You know, these are the requirements. It can be no bigger than this. Your yard has to be this size and no bigger. That's it. Anything you can fit in that little diorama. That's it. Send us pictures. Send us detailed pictures or videos of your little pet rock yard diorama. I gotta write that one down. Oy, what am I doing here? Pet rock diorama. Sure, why not? I could get into making a little pet rock yard, you know, get a bag of those crafting popsicle sticks and some glue, a hot glue gun or something. You know, you take the little round ends, you cut off one end of the round, and you use it to make a fence. So you can make a fence all the way around the yard. Get something to use for grass. Build a little dog house, pet rock house out of the same kind of popsicle sticks. Paint them, put a little name on it. A little rock on the top of the dog house with a little yellow feather sticking out of it, like Woodstock. Oh. So yeah, that'd be neat. That'd be cool. Arts and Crafts Day. So, yeah, boy, it'd be great if I had more energy. I'd get so much more done. This channel would be great. Yeah, as it is, I think this channel is just a final record, right? That kind of thing.
Captain's log. Stardate. Who gives a fuck? Oh, yeah. Noises. Oh, it's light. There is sunlight outside. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Okay, Xanet Cree. Xanet Cree. Well, I think it's time to get my load on here, pick out the set list for this evening, and then, hi, Big Dog. How's it going? And then, work on some kind of donation thing and get it out to a few people and see what I can come up with. Because, yeah, this whole shirt thing, reunion thing, I can't put my own money into it. If I do, then it becomes more about me, and then ultimately I'm like, I'm the man in charge, and damn it, I paid for this. This is my part. I don't want it to be about me. If everybody else donates and buys shirts and stuff, and invite people and make arrangements and stuff, then it becomes about them, and that's all I want, right? I want to see everyone who comes. I just don't. I know they're not going to come to see me, generally. Only they may come to see me, but you know, they're coming to see other people. So I want to make sure that first and foremost, everybody knows it's about them. You know, that's why I'm not doing any shirts with me overtly on the shirt. You know, on the label, yes. On the outside of the shirt, no. It should be about whoever's wearing the shirt and the memories they attach to the vintageness that is the shirt. Ah, jeez. Ah. All right, I'm gonna have to get into picking out some music here. I need to accomplish something this hour, and then I need to get into writing that thing up to copy and paste and personalize and send out to a bunch of people. And then basically I'm just going to go through the list of people who have shown a lot of interest in the channel, my posts, but most especially the reunion, the gathering stuff. So, and I'm just going to hit them up politely and say, hey, you know, and if you're listening, I'm just asking for, you know, for people to purchase a couple of shirts, to donate money and get a couple of shirts, right? I need to do it in groups of 2 so that I get samples of each shirt on people, right, and out there. And I think that right there is going to be enough. That and a new shirt coming every week or 2. I think that right there is going to be enough to get people on board and donating heavily. It's the best I can hope for at this point. Because like I said, I can't put any money into this. Not only for the reasons I stated, but because I just don't have it. I don't have any money to put into this. I don't even have any money for samples. The best I could do for samples was to buy a pack of t-shirts and give it to them with my business card stuffed into it. And I said, okay, look, this is going to be for samples later. And now, because we're doing custom colors, I need to get people out there wearing those custom colors. I will have sample shirts that nobody else will have. I will have one-offs. They will have the opportunity to be an early sponsor and get a free shirt later. So 2 shirts now, free shirt later. That's pretty good for a $50 donation,
right? So I'm going to be looking at a half dozen to a dozen people, you know, for that $50 donation for 2 shirts now and 1 shirt later. And I'll just put together a thing and like, here's my pitch, here's the shirts, you know, if you're interested, here's my information. Please send me a text with your shirt size, and if you want 2 of these or 2 of those or 1 of each, right? That's it. What shirt, what size? What shirt, what size? You get 2 shirts. What shirt, what size? You know. Later on, I'll hit you up and say, hey, I got a new shirt. Are you interested in this one? Or what about this one? You want to wait until they're all released and then say, that one. But you can't wait too long because there's only going to be 100 of each. Right? It's going to be a limited edition. There'll be 100 of each, but there'll be a couple of samples made in different custom colors so that I will have some one-offs along with the regular shirts. Mainly because I'm going to be, you know, being on video and stuff, and I need to keep changing up the shirts so that I'm wearing something different. So that'll be fucking awesome. So I've got the mock-up for the 1 shirt, and I'm just going to use the original shirt that we are going to reproduce as, you know, you want this shirt, here's a mock-up. You want this shirt, here's the original. We're going to reproduce that. We're just going to add a little bit of something to it. We're just going to customize it a little bit. So I better put on here label. I've got to create a label. That's important. I got to create a label for the inside of the shirt. And it needs to specify that this is a limited edition. And that you could only get it from me. And that's it, baby. Oh, yeah. I can see it all now. Oh, wait. That was a video game. Am I God? Am I God? Okay, so Kill Pain, musical set list. Show files. What did I do for the last show? Is there a night on the water here anywhere? No. A night on the water. A night on the water. Nope. So I can use that one. There we go. And that's how we do that. So a night on the water. Let's go ahead and fill out the particulars here. Let's see. This is episode... Season 1, episode 3. Wow. Season 1, 2. Episode 3. So season 2 because it is, yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Because it's a different show. It's a once a week 2-hour show now. Alright, what is this? The 27th. Wow. This way I can keep track of the shows, when I played what, how many times I've played it. Do I want to play it tonight? Nah, I just played it 2 nights ago, or 2 shows ago. So that's kind of what I do here with my list.
is make sure that it's easy to produce the show, and just as easy to produce the next show because I know what I've done. So I think we decided Heaven and Earth was the theme. There, Heaven and Earth. So we're gonna go A Night on the Water. You'd love these old funny pens with the 4 colors, right? I used to love these in school. I had to get one. It's like I'm so retro, you know? Night on the Water. So we got night, that's heaven, and earth, water, right? So there's 2, wow. Hollywood Dance Orchestra. And we don't have a year on that one. Let's see, we're going to go down, down, down. Heart of Stone. Well, stone is earth, right? That's a reach. But we'll do Heart of Stone. A Heart of Stone. And I'll just play these alphabetically. Play them alphabetically for a while and then switch it around and then play them reverse alphabetically. I'm not so concerned with playing a bunch of songs that start with the same letter. It don't bother me. Leo Reisman Orchestra. And this one is for 1933. Let's see, anything else from Heaven and Earth? All by Yourself in the Moonlight. Yeah. Moonlight. Jack Smith. Whispering Jack Smith. The Carol Gibbons Orchestra. Okay. All I Do Is Dream of You. That's not really heaven or earth. Alone with My Dreams. Am I Blue? Another Night Within Your Arms. No. It's got to be refer to heaven and earth, right? Let's see. Bluegrass. Bluegrass. Well, grass is earth. Water, stone, grass. Okay. Sure. And this is a new one. Vincent Lopez Orchestra with Frank Luther singing. With Vincent Lopez Orchestra from 1928. Yeah, right. Yeah. Blue Moon. There we go. Let's do Blue Moon.
L. Baker. And that one is going to be 1930, what? 1935. Alright, Blue River. Sure, Heaven and Earth. The moon and river, we go right from heaven to earth. That's great. And they're both blue. Blue a River. Ooh, Ruth Etting. Nice. $1927. Sweet. Shadows and Blue Skies. That's definitely heaven. Well, we got some blue here. It's like a blue set. Blue Skies. That's Jack Smith again. That's a good one. Another one from 27. Oh, and then Breezing Along with the Breeze. That's between heaven and earth, right? It's weather. Weather is heaven and earth. That's the tying together of the two, basically. But did we play Breezin' recently? I think we did. Not this season. And that is Johnny Marvin, 26. Nice. That's two sets. Let's see. The pyramids. It's more like a place, person, place, or thing, right? Okay, Waterfall, by a waterfall. Dick Powell. Yeah, let's do that one. Waterfall, Breezing Skies, Dick Powell. Yes, the actor Dick Powell. 33. Back to the Lone Prairie. Clap your hands. That's the one we haven't heard yet. I'm going to have to pop that one in soon. Come to me, Gloria Swanson. Shoosh. Alright, let's see here. Daydreams. Daydreams, yeah, okay. And what do we got here? Freddie Martin. And 34. All right. Dip your brush in sunshine. There we go. And who is this one? We don't even know who this is. I guess we'll figure it out later. Okay. Don't say good night. Now it's down where the sun goes down. Ipana Troubadours. There we go. 28. That's 3 sets done out of 6 sets. Let's see. Dream Avenue, Earthquake. Earthquake is Heaven and Earth. Earthquake. Ted Lewis. Ooh, that's a good one. $34. First Rose of Summer. Isn't that a Judas Priest song? That would be more like Seasons. We got sunshine here. The sun goes down. Earth. Quake. First Rose of Summer. Yeah, that totally sounds like a Judas Priest song. Sad Wings of Destiny. Am I right? Anybody? Anybody? Alright, let's see. Any Heaven and Earth here? Get Out and Under the Moon. Get Out and Get Under the Moon. Get out and under the moon. Frank Munn. Ooh, Nat Shilkret. Ooh, nice. With Frank Munn. Orchestra. From 1929. Nice. Goodbye Sunshine, Hello Moon. Nice. We got Sunshine and Moon. Ooh, the Yerkes Happy Six. Nice. 1920. That's a good one. Happy Days, Lonely Nights. I don't think we're doing that. Well, actually, we are. Day and Night, Day and Night. We've got Night on the Water, which is Heaven and Earth, Day and Daydreams. So, Happy Days, Lonely Nights. We've already done a Ruth Edding, so we'll pass on that one. See if we get something more Heaven and Earth. Let's see, since we've only got 2 more sets to finish, and we're only in the H's, we're only halfway through here. So let me finish off this set, and then we'll do 2 more sets on another page, and that will take care of this evening's show. And then I just have to remember to set in these first songs into the set list before I start my show. I'd climb the highest mountain. That's Earth. Mountain. Another one from Jack Smith. All right. Okay, one more page here. And this one is black ink, Season 2, Episode 3, 9/27. Alright. Blue ink, good enough. Okay, climb the highest mountain next. I'm up on a mountain talking to the sun. Well, that's heaven and earth as well. Jack Miller, 31. Making faces at the man on the moon. Sitting on top of the world. Al Jolson. There's a lot of Imes here. This is the Ime set. Al Jolson. 1925. I'm walking with the moonbeams, Bell Baker. I guess that'll be the last Ime with that Ime set. Bell Baker. Nice. 1929. One more set to go, and I'm just about halfway through my music here. Lazy Louisiana Moon, Scrappy Lambert. Looks like I'm going to go ahead and pick out a full 2 shows worth. Just in case. You never know. Moonlight. No, we already did Yorkie's Happy 6. My Blue Heaven. Okay. It's more Jack Smith, but I love to me some Jack Smith. Whispering Jack Smith. No, that's not it. My Blue Heaven, where are you? Oh, no date. Okay. My Idea of Heaven. Sure. And this is Harry Richmond. 1927. 1927. Okay. Old Man Sunshine, Little Boy Bluebird. I just played that one recently. No. It's a good one. Lee Morse, 1928. All right. Heaven and Earth, baby. Heaven and Earth. Pennies from Heaven. Another Harry Richmond. Just in case I decide I want to go long, I'm ready for it. Harry Richmond. And 36. River, stay away from my door. That's Earth. Let's see. Heaven here, heaven there. Sunshine here. Heaven here. River. And that is Kate Smith. Huh. Guy Lombardo. Okay. Heaven and earth, including night and day. Shine on harvest moon. Sure. Boswell Sisters. Dorsey Brothers. Have a date? Do not have a date. Snake lips or snake hips? Where did that go?
Silver Water. No. Snake Hips. Oh, Snake Hips. Stormy Weather. Billie Holiday. Usually don't get a date on these. Nope. Okay, we got the sunny stuff here. Sunny Side Up, Sunshine, Jack Smith, Surprise, Sunshine, Jack Smith, we'll do that one. Sunshine. Alright, let's move on down the line here. Take a picture of the moon. There we go. Rosemary. 1932. I got two more and I'm in the T's here. Tonight's My Night with Baby, more Jack Smith. Underneath the Russian Moon, Bell Baker. We're getting there. We're getting there. We've got two more songs to pick. And we're down in the T's to the W's here. It's probably going to be Jack Smith and Bell Baker. Yeah, we'll do one in Plants and Animals. That'll be great. What a Night for Spooning. Underneath the Russian Moon. And What a Night for Spooning. That's it. Is that Bell Baker, 29. 29, and then what did we have here? What a Night for Spooning. That's what it was. So we got Picture of the Moon, we got Russian Moon. What a Night for Spooning.
old dryer. What the hell is that? Oh, when a red robin comes bobbing along. Okay. So that takes care of my whole show, sans commercials and news, but we can squeeze that in later. I've got a 30-minute time machine that's already up and ready and been approved. So this just needs to be, let me see, video time machine. Let's put in red. First set list. Set and VTM ready. Okay, get those ready and up on the computer screen there. So they're ready to play. Well, that takes care of that. I better heat up my coffee and take a break. 7:25. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Totally. Okay, we can get rid of this for now. Come back to it about 4 o'clock and boot all of this stuff up and get it ready. What else do I have to? I need to make sure I have my video time machine ready. Whoa, stomach.
Take it easy there, stomach.
Okay, it's not there. It's got to be in one of these files here. So 3. Okay. So this was the one that should have been last week and it wasn't. And if I click on it and push play, it plays. Volume is off so you won't hear it. And there it is with plenty of time in the beginning. Run it into the middle here. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, okay. There we go. I need to move this to tonight's show. Here we go, nighttime show elements. Open and close, promos, commercials, BTM episodes. That means that it goes here. Righteous, buddy. The weasel. Arg.
I'm here. I'm just a vegetable. Yeah, the microphone's on. I'm just out of it, man. I'm in my own little world thinking about this reunion and shirts and the commercial and the show. And all of the pieces are starting to come together. I imagine next week I'm going to be doing a show. Right? So EBS Live this week. And let's make sure all of this stuff gets into the program guide. Okay. Muy importante. We get everything dealt with by tonight for next week. I don't have to have the show done yet. I can do that this weekend. The Elsinore Brothers and Sisters live reunion thing. I can put that together this weekend. I can put the commercial together this weekend. While I'm looking at making thousands of dollars for this party, trying to get as many donations as possible, which is why I'm doing shirts, so that you get something. You're not just throwing your money. Well, you get a T-shirt, you get 2 T-shirts, you get as many T-shirts as you can donate, right? But I really love working with local businesses, right? When I was young, we used to work with local businesses all the time, my father and I. And you get to know a lot about people, and the fact that it's a family business and it's privately owned and operated, you know, and there's a lot that goes into it, you know, and it's a personal thing, you know, so I really love knowing right now that I'm going to help make this local company, you know, thousands of dollars. That's really cool. And they're going to help me, in turn, raise a bunch of money for this thing. Awesome. So every week now, from now on, there'll be updates. There'll be a show every 2 weeks, I think, unless I really think I got stuff I need to talk about. So I think I'm going to do a show that's every 2 weeks for now, until we've got a lot of shirts and a lot of stuff going on and a lot of people on board to come on and do interviews and answer questions and talk about their hopes and desires for the reunion, and, you know, and to ask people to, you know, donate and get these shirts and invite people, you know. What was that I got here? Donate a lot. Or donate a little, invite a lot. That pretty much says it all. You know, and because you're getting T-shirts in return, it's not going to feel like a donation. Like, oh, I'm not going to get anything back for my money. You will, and that's really cool. You know, I'm glad I hit upon this shirt thing, and yeah, the fact that the prices of the shirts, creating them, can fluctuate a little bit, and we won't have to raise the prices of the shirts at all. We may have some specialty shirts, right, that may be a little bit more expensive because they're going to have some bigger processes done to them. I've got this logo, the Elsinore Brothers Studio logo, that's put on wood paneling,
And they say, we can get you a wood paneling shirt to put that on. And I'm like, well, that's not a bad idea. So thinking about that, we might do a wood panel shirt with dressed up like somebody's bedroom wall, right? With posters and stickers and things all over it. That might be neat. That might be neat big time. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. I gotta kill some pain. I guess at some point I'm gonna have to eat breakfast and hope it doesn't slow me down. I've got to get this letter off about donations and try to get the funds together this weekend so that I can get some samples in the mail by the end of the week. If I can get samples into the mail by the end of the week or by next week, then in fact I'm probably not going to be doing a show until I get shirts on people and get photographs and videos back and get one person to come on the show. That's going to be important. I need to have one guest per show. So every 2 weeks. Even if it's my brother, every other show, right? Anything. I've got to get guests on the show. Do it on a Wednesday evening, on a hump day. Try to do it when, most people are off work before they go to bed, kind of a thing, and just get them for 5-10 minutes. Give them the questions ahead of time. Let them know what we're going to talk about. Let them know what they need to push the issue on, and just do a quick half-hour show. Intro, monologue, segue, guest, t-shirt commercial, exit, end credits. Right? Pretty basic. And squeezing it all into a half an hour, it's going to be a tight fit. But I think it'll work, And if I can get people on board with coming on the show, that's going to be important. And I need to try to set up. I need to have a set. I need to have an angle, a camera angle. I think it's going to be the can you see it back here? The board back there with all of the pictures and stuff. I think I need to use that as a backdrop. And I'll have to wheel this console over into that area so that I can reach all of my controls. I'll have to angle the cameras into that corner, move a few things around. I can use this tripod camera, so that's cool. And try to set it up so it's a different feel, right? It's like, this is my morning show. This is Minecrafting. This is nighttime nonsense and nostalgia. This is my normal show setting right here. So I need to switch it up a little bit. And then I also need to show some of the things that are going to be given away in the drawings. Drawings, items. So people will get an idea of what they're coming for. Okay, look, here's the music that we're playing. Here's what we're doing during the day. Here's what we're doing at night. Here's the food that's involved. And by the way, we're going to have a whole room full of stuff that you can sign up to win. No purchase necessary. You're donating, getting a ticket, coming in. That's all you need to do. If you want merchandise, you can buy merchandise. But you can sign up for the drawing
and win a T-shirt. You can sign up for the drawing and win a stereo, a boombox, posters and pins and vintage items, full stereos and boxes of 8-tracks. I mean, the works. So, yeah, man, I wish I could get my brother down here. I really need his drive, his enthusiasm, Because I got nothing. I'm waning here. They call me Wayne because I'm waiting. Ah, jeez. Yeah, it's almost 8, so I'm starting to feel really low budget here. I need some food in me. Let me kill a little pain, drink a little coffee, and bid you guys a farewell. And I'm off to the kitchen, man. I don't know what I'm gonna eat. Probably a piece of Danish, a piece of toast or something. Something just a little to kind of move me into the lunch phase, because I'll have like a piece of Danish or a piece of toast, and then it'll be like, okay, an hour later I'm like, where's lunch? Give me lunch. I'll do an early lunch. Yeah. So I'll probably do a bunch of, after I finish the book, I'll probably do a bunch of YouTube research and dig up a bunch of interviews and movies and stuff by the Howard brothers early in the 70s and 80s and stuff. I just saw a clip of Clint Howard on David Letterman. So I will probably check that out and then check out other things like it. And try to put a little context to the stories in the book, and kind of bring it a little closer. Oh yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, Joey, if you're still there, get back to me as soon as you can about the whole Vegas thing, because if you can get, first of all, if you can get a plane ticket and you can get the time off, and you want to, definitely do it. Like I said, I may or may not have my procedure before we go, but I still don't really want to go. I do want to go and see the like half dozen acts that I want to see. But I don't think I could just take it physically to be out there, all that, with all of the people and yeah, I'd probably go nuts. I'd probably go bananas. But, yeah, let me know as soon as possible if you can get a ticket, round trip, and, unless you want to stay, if you want to get a round trip ticket and then, get the time off from work, that'd be friggin' awesome. The ticket's yours until you say you don't want it, or you can't use it. So there's that. And then, like I said, we're just going to probably get a big room and a couple of extra beds, and just kind of, just do a dormitory thing, which is totally cool because it's got a big, huge bathroom with a private toilet. Wow, so you might take a week off and fly and rent a car. Wow. That's pretty heavy. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, depending on where you fly to and where you rent the car, I mean, I'm sure you probably don't want to. Well, you might, but you might want to. You probably don't want to stay the whole time in Vegas. So if you're going to take a week, yeah, you got to let me know when you're coming out and when you're going back, so I can find you accommodations, whether it's here or at an Airbnb. but you definitely got a couple of nights with us in Vegas. So, well, gosh, that's great. I'm excited. If you can do that, that'd be cool. You know, I may just hold off on my procedure altogether just so that, you know, we can hang out and talk, because I won't be up to talking much if I have half my teeth yanked out. So, yeah, that's cool, man. That's awesome. Natalie will be happy to hear that. So I hope that works. If you can arrange it and, you know, get all of that set up, you know, shit, yeah, that'd be cool. Get the time off. Let me know when and where. Like I said, so we can get you a place to stay, man. You know, I mean, you can stay here. I've got a bed right here in this room. Of course, you'll have to put up with my shows and stuff if you're here during the week. But we've also got access to Airbnbs that we can get for low cost or no cost. So there's that. Totally. That'd be very cool, man. Far out. Gosh. Mike, I'm too excited for words, face. Yeah, the first rose of summer. The first rose of summer. Oh, it's a... Yeah. First rose of summer lyrics. Is it last rose of summer? Judas Priest, that's what it is. The Last Rose of Summer, Thomas More. Judas Priest? Judas Priest. Yeah, okay, so it is, I thought it was the first rose of summer, it's the last rose of summer. Ah, first, last, what the hell? Who cares? As long as it's there, right? That's a good song. That's a good song. It's a Tipton Halford song. Uh-oh, dog's dreaming. She's a dreamin'. She's a dreamer. Oh, look there. There's the sheet music. I'll be dipped in shit, yeah. Unbelievable, yeah. Gonna have to go a little bit sideways. A little wonky. Little Willy Wonky. Yeah. Gosh. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, let me know what you want to do. Let me know where you want to stay, what you want to do, how you want to do this. We got to take a week off. We got a couple of days in Vegas. That means a couple of days here before and a couple of days after. Yeah, I mean, you know, any way you want to do it. There's also a friend of ours runs a motel right down the road. And it's literally right down at the end of our street. The Safari Inn Hotel, motel. It's a motor lodge, and he's a really nice guy. So we could probably hook you up with a room there if you want. Just depends on what you want to do, how you want to do it. You know, to hell with the car. Rent a little trailer, rent a little RV. There you go, rent a little motorhome, and you can just hang out. Yeah, spend a couple of days just driving around. I'm gonna camp over here tonight, and then I'm gonna drive back, and we'll hang out during the day, and then at night I'm gonna drive over here, and I'm gonna camp. God, now that they mention it, that sounds like a lot of fun. You know, shoot, you could do that in a little car or rent a van or something, right? Ooh, rent a van. I think you have to be like a business to rent a van, though. Or show all kinds of credit crap. Believe me, I've tried. I think a minivan, you could rent a minivan without any issues. There's a really nice couple of minivans from Enterprise that are really cool. And they have one where all of the seats fold into the floor. Literally gone. All of the seats are gone.
In fact, when I did it, I said, make sure all the seats are either taken out or flattened down because I don't want anything in the back, because I was helping a friend move. And that would be really neat. Just throw an air mattress in the back, you know, and then it's like, all right, where am I going now, man? Oh, that'd be cool. But I don't know. You might want to stay in Vegas the whole time. You know them showgirls. Woohoo! Yeah, my wife has family in Vegas, so we were almost thinking, well, maybe we'll stay out with the family. But it's like, nah, we got too much going on. We're going to be a burden on them, and it'll be a bummer for us trying to fit into their schedule. So it's like, nah, we just get the room. So my daughter's going to like get the room like this weekend and get us booked. Hopefully we'll be staying at the Paris again, and we'll be staying in the same building next to the Paris, and in a similar suite, in a similar level, right? Because it was really fun. It was a great room. It was a really great room. Big, giant bathroom. Yeah. It was great. It's great, you know. And then, of course, there's a huge bathroom, and right in the middle is a shower with glass walls and stuff, and then a toilet that's got its own private room. But you got to go through the shower. So I think what we'll do is, if we've got a lot of people getting ready and stuff, we might hang a curtain over the one side of the shower so people can come into the bathroom and go into the toilet and use it, and while somebody's in the frickin' shower, right? Because we're all adults, you know. But that'd be cool, you know. That'd be totally cool. Yeah. You know, move a couch and add a couple of beds. You know, little fold-up beds. Hey, what's up? Jake the Snake. What's going on, dude? I'm just sitting here, drinking coffee. Killing pain, brother. Getting excited. And what's neat about the shirts is that you don't have to care about the party or the reunion or any of these people are going or doing involving yourself in any of this. But you donate, you get a shirt. You get 2 shirts. I mean, shirts, right? So it's going to bring in, I think it's going to help bring in more money just because people are going to want the shirts, regardless of who comes to the reunion. It's going to be the shirts. And then we're already in talks about more merchandise. We're going to pick a hat styles. We're going to create some great shirts for the event, so you can leave with an event shirt that's got the days and the location and the music playing, and you know, it'll have the whole thing on the front, and then on the back it'll have all of that information. You know, day 1, whoosh, day 2, whoosh, day 3, whoosh. Fucking A. It'll be just like a real festival, you know, only instead of having all musical acts, it'll literally have, you know, a couple of musical acts, and then it'll just be descriptions of everything that we're doing, you know, yearbook photos, you know, water skiing, biking, hiking, motorbiking, boating, fishing, the works, you know. So it'll just have lists of everything that we're doing, potato sack races, memorial videos, you know, barbecue dinner, so that when people look at the shirt, they go, wow, that was a really heavy event. I mean, there was a lot of stuff going on every single day, you know, and that's what I want. So people leave going, yeah, man, I was a part of that, and I did the potato sack race and whatever. Yeah, it should be really neat. It should be really far out, man. Just far out. So shirts. Coffee's gone. Gosh,
7:55. That means I'm almost gone. Holy moly. I'm going to have to Scooby-Dooby-Doo on out of here. Yeah, might as well kill some more pain.
He's killing brain cells. Well, you know, it's kind of a mix.
Let's see, I did my set list. Shirts. Yeah, Halloween theme. I've got to pick some elements for this month, this October. You know, spooky stuff, a little weird music, some sound effects. Just add a few Halloween elements to my openings and closings and the program guide. I'll try to enhance the other shows with, you know, festive monthly changes. So this will be my first month of trying to add some kind of holiday theme stuff. Why not? I mean, it's frickin' Halloween, right? So starting next week, we've got a few things. I think I've only got one Halloween thing. An educational film next Friday called Halloween Party, right? And then the following week, I'll have a few more Halloween themed things. So by the time we get to Halloween week, it should be pretty heavy with Halloween stuff, right? The video time machines should be kind of geared towards Halloween. But bats flying by, you know, a little army of bugs creeping through the screen or something, you know, just kind of enhance it and make it a little ghoulish.
That'll be fun.
That'll be fun, because I don't decorate at home. We don't trick-or-treat. Nobody comes to the door, you know. If somebody comes to the door, it's like, oh, sorry, kid. Nobody comes to the door, so, you know. I got some gummies here. No. Remember gummy worms, when, like, gummy worms were, like, everybody had, like, gummy worms, kids, gummy worms, gummy. And then did gummy vitamins, and then it was like, once you did gummy vitamins, it's like kids associated gummy vitamins with like gummy bears and gummy worms, and I was like, no, you're trying to vitamin me. I don't want a gummy now. So now it's adults that are into the gummies. The kids are like, no, vitamins, no way. And now the adults are like, hey, yeah, edibles, man, cool.
Funny how things change.
Funny. Crazy, funny stuff. Yeah. Gosh, I'm excited. Excited about shirts. I'm excited about my music video. That's going to premiere next Thursday. Fun stuff. Makes me want to go to the movies. Yeah, oh, look at that. It's 8 o'clock. You know what? That means I gotta go. If I stay here too long, then I want to do weird stuff, right? So, unless I have any requests from anyone, I am going to be brandishing my closing credits so that I can, so I can start my day. I know you guys, your day is just winding down because you've probably been up all night, either working or hanging out, doing stuff, trying to stay alive at night because you work nights. Man, I remember those days. Woo! So Joey and Jake, couple of guys on the move. Yes, sirree, Baba Rooney. So yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from you. Let's get this stuff inked, get it on the calendar, and that'll be fun on a bun. And we were just out there, so we're kind of familiar with the situation, you know. So it'll be cool. It'll be cool. Especially if we get in the same place, same everything. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. All right. Well, it looks like I am about out of here. I've got a bunch of crap I need to do. And then I need to rest up for tonight's show and be ready for that. Yeah, that's it. Last week I canceled the show. I thought the weather was going to knock me out. It was horrible. Rain, lightning, thunder, lights were flickering, shit's going wonky. Thinking, all right, I'm canceling the show because I don't want to be in the middle of a show and have it just, oh, that's disgusting. It pisses me off, makes me sad and depressed. So I'm just going to cancel the show. I'll just, you know, sit here in the dark with a candle on, you know, and, you know, just before the show was supposed to go on, or just after, it was like blue skies, calm. You son of a bitch. Ah, fuck it. I just sat here. The 7th to the 23rd. 17th to the 23rd. 17th to the 23rd. Okay. Let me mark that down. Yeah, yeah. 17th to the 23rd of October. And then, are you thinking about coming, so you're thinking about coming directly here? And then we'll stay here for a few days, and then we'll go to Vegas, and then come back and stay for a couple of days, right? So that means flying into Palm Springs or LAX. I guess you'll probably do LAX like the last time you went out, right? So that's cool. So let me know exactly what your plan is for being here that long. Whether you're gonna go into LA and stay there for a night and party with the prostitutes or whatever, I don't know. Or whether you're going to come here, somewhere else, and drive to you. Okay, well, that's cool. Yeah, if you're going to come in on the 17th, then let me know if you want your own place, if you want to get a hotel room, or if you want us to put you in this bed right here. Whatever you want to do, little brother. It's all good. We'll give you a dog to sleep with. Yeah. So that's cool, man. But like I said, if you're here, you're gonna have to suffer with my live stuff. It's a good thing I'm not going live twice a day now, because that would drive both of us nuts. So very cool, very cool. Yeah, just let me know when, man, when you're going to be coming in, when you want to show up, where you want to stay, how you want to stay, what you want to do, and I'll try to get as much worked out ahead of time. Like I said, if you want to deal with your own accommodations, I can hook you up with some places. If you want, I can find you a room for a couple of nights. We can put you up here for a couple of nights. We can change it up, put you in Airbnb for a couple of nights, and then afterwards put you here for a couple of nights, or in a motel, or God, now if it were me, I would probably do a combination of probably having some kind of minivan rental with an air bed in the back, and do a combination of staying here with me or in the van camping somewhere. God, there's some great places to park and wake up and go, wow, man, now I need to go to a bathroom. Where's the bathroom? But they actually there's these great campgrounds where you can park, and they have, actual bathrooms, and they have benches and awnings and cooking facilities and stuff. So I don't know what you're into, but we're going to be more than happy to have you here. Stay with us if you're up for it. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. We just had Charlie here for a month because we went out to L.A. and Charlie got sick. My daughter got sick. We all got sick, and there was a baby back at Charlie's house, so Charlie was like, I can't go home. I was like, okay, no big deal. So yeah, either way, it's easy peasy. I'm totally an easy guy to deal with. So, gosh, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun on a bun. Fun on a bun. Okay, well, I think we can deal with this further off camera, but this has been great. I can't wait to ink all of this stuff on the calendar. I'm going to bring up some end credits here so I can get going. I've got to write a bunch of stuff out and do some program guide and Halloween stuff and shirt stuff. Oh man. Before that, I gotta nourish myself so I can handle it all. Thanks for hanging out, Joey, Jake. I will talk to you guys this evening if you're hanging out. Otherwise, I'll see you Monday morning. And shoot me a message anytime, Joey, and let me know what's going on with the trip, and we'll make all the arrangements. All right, everybody, peace, love, take care of each other, spread peace and love, not war. Do something for yourself, but do something for somebody else, and most especially, stay weird, because if you ain't weird, nobody's gonna do it for you. Love you guys. Take care. Adios. I'll see you soon, babies. Bye now.